And did you give any consideration to his siblings? Did you have any worries or concerns about what they might think?
I did, and in fact, it was very interesting because at a family meeting that we had 3 years ago, I think that we had the discussion of people working for the family business, and in fact, the perspective that I have as a outlaw of a family business, where the stated policy was, this isn't a family sandbox. This isn't something that you can play in. In fact, where my father-in-law, kind of actively discouraged people from coming into the business, and where if you were in the business or on the board, it created some intra-sibling rivalries and power differentials. I looked at that experience, and I thought family business certainly has the potential to be a destructive interfamily issue. And 3 years ago, when we discussed it with the siblings about the potential of a family member coming into the business, there was great concern about whether or not somebody would have a golden path or an opportunity that rendered them an advantage that the other family members might not have. And certainly from the perspective of my family, I have 6 kids, so 6 children is a fairly large sibling group. They're all embarked on different career paths. Mark was the only one who had an expressed interest in following my career in real estate and maybe potentially at someday coming into the business. But there was a lot of concern expressed 3 years ago when the opportunity came up and we had somebody leave, and I asked Mark if he wanted to come, and if he didn't want to come, tell me that he did, because I'd create an opportunity. But if he didn't want to come, that was totally fine, and I'd hire somebody else, and so it was totally his decision. He took it upon himself to really talk to his brothers or sisters. 5 girls, one son. So, there's fairly a large emotional potential in my family. But he took it upon himself to actually talk to his sisters, and the feedback that he got, particularly from one of my daughters who's starting her own business, was, oh my God, if I had a mentoring opportunity where I could learn from somebody who has really achieved a reasonable amount of success, and they had a vested interest in mentoring me, it was an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. And the feedback he got was, this is a really good opportunity, you should take it, and frankly, you'd be foolish not to. And so he had the maturity to reach out and engage and discuss, with the sibling group before he made the decision. And I think the advice that he got from them actually made it easier for him to step into the family business. And certainly the fact that we talked about it 3 years ago, and then we discussed under what policy, or what the policy might be for somebody coming into work, whether you come directly out of school or whether you'd get a job for a period of time. Mark worked for about a year in Chicago for a large national real estate company. All of that discussion, I think, really facilitated his joining the business and was really important. And frankly, to me, it demonstrated a whole level of maturity that I think was really important.
That's great.